Hey everybody, welcome to Vegans Talking Shit. I'm Joey.
I'm Jon.
And today we're going to continue our discussion of Jon and Vanessa's trip to Japan. I obviously don't have much to say about it, but Jon, clearly there's a lot to discuss because we already had the episode and that was with Vanessa, but now it'll be just you and I'll be the eager listener. But maybe you can give us an unfiltered version since Vanessa's not around. You touched on the the bathroom bodily function stuff. So I don't know, maybe you'll be into it a little bit more in this episode. But either way, I want to start off with something a little bit different because
can I stop you really quick?
Sure. Yeah.
Before we start this episode,
yes,
this is sponsored by Beyond.
I wish we were sponsored by Beyond.
I do too. But I do want to plug this drink for all you guys seen on video. And if you're not, it's called Beyond Immerse. And it is done by the company Beyond, obviously.
What flavor is that? The strawberry lemon?
This is strawberry lemonade, and it's amazing. And you see how much protein it has. We order it. I think we ordered just on the website, on the Beyond website. I don't think it's on Amazon, but they're really, really good, and they have a lot of protein, and they're obviously vegan. So for all you out there, all your listeners, Beyond Immerse is the drink, and it's done by the Beyond brand.
I've seen some of them. None of the flavors appealed to me when I saw them, but the one you just held up, strawberry lemonade, I've never seen that before, and that's a flavor I would love. You want
to hold on while I get you the other flavors? I got like 5 different flavors.
Yeah, sure.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on, Joey. Let me go to my fridge. Can you hear
Jon goes looking, I can hear you. Oh yeah, that's right. You have the mic on you. Yeah, go ahead.
I do. This is me getting them from my fridge.
Well, yes, we can definitely hear you. We can't see you, but that's fine. We do get to see Grogu in the background. For all of you who are listening to this, unfortunately, I have not seen The Mandalorian and Grogu yet. I am going to see it in a few days. Can't wait. Very excited. And Jon has returned with the.
This one's really good too.
I see raspberry, blackberry, and cherry. I don't really like cherry, but I do like raspberry and blackberry.
It's very good. Frankly, they're all pretty good.
Coconut and pineapple, 2 things I absolutely abhor. I do not like coconut or pineapple. Yeah, pina colada.
Pina colada is probably my least favorite.
Right.
This surprisingly is very good as well. I didn't think it would be, but it is.
What is that? Kiwi and nectarine?
It is cucumber and grapefruit.
Oh, I love grapefruit. Do not like cucumber.
You would like it though. It's a very slight cucumber flavor.
Okay.
Let me put these back in the fridge, and you could talk more about Grogu if you like.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm definitely into the strawberry lemonade. Can you tell us where you got that? Or did you get it through mail order, or did you actually
I think Vanessa ordered them from the Beyond website.
Okay.
But as our listeners know, I play hockey, and I usually drink one right before hockey and one during the game.
Yeah.
They're great. A lot of protein, fiber, antioxidants, potassium.
Yeah, I honestly, I haven't even looked for them because when I first heard about them and looked into them, there weren't any flavors I didn't like. So when I went shopping for it, when I would go to Whole Foods or Publix or whatever, it didn't even occur to me to look for them because I wasn't interested. But now that I see the strawberry lemonade, it's like, okay, now so I will definitely be giving it a shot if it's available at any stores nearby.
I will ask Vanessa right now where she gets them.
And while you're doing that, I would like to talk about something. A few days ago was Free Comic Book Day. Free Comic Book Day was on May 9th, I believe. And Free Comic Book Day is just what it sounds like. You go to a comic book store and you can pick up some free comics. Typically, you have to buy a couple of regular ones in order to be able to get some of the free ones. So I stacked up. But the comic book store I go to, it's called Past, Present, Future in Davie. It's the one I go to at least once a week. They also had a sale from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m., 25% off anything in the store, anything and everything, 25% off, only from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. So of course, me being the person I am, I actually got there like 6:15 a.m. I wanted to be there before the rush. And I picked up something, cost me $600.
Jeez.
But I am very happy I got it. It is a graded comic book, the Spawn comic book #1. I don't want the reflection. There it is. Spawn #1, 9.8 CGC graded, autographed by Todd McFarlane. And
is that his autograph?
Yeah, that's his autograph.
That's an interesting autograph, isn't it?
Well, it almost it's not even cursive. Maybe he doesn't know cursive, because a lot of people don't know cursive nowadays because it isn't taught. But yeah, I'm not this huge fan of Spawn. You know, when Image Comics first came out in the early 90s, I was one of the people who was kind of not against it, because I loved what they did. It's a creator owned company, and all of the characters are created by I can't talk. The characters created by these comic book creators are owned by those creators, as opposed to, let's say, Batman, which is owned by DC Comics, or Spider-Man, which is owned by Marvel Comics. These characters are actually owned by the people who created them. So that I loved. The problem was that since it was basically the inmates running the asylum at Image Comics, they were their own bosses. So all of the comics, you know, they would come out very, very late. Like, even though the comic books are supposed to come out every month, some would come out every 3 months or every 4 months. Todd McFarlane's Spawn, he was one of the few who would actually have the books come out on time. And out of all the comic books from Image Comics at the time, Spawn was the only one that I would say was one that I enjoyed. Like, I picked up everything at first, you know, Youngblood, Spawn, Cyberforce, Wildcats, Savage Dragon. I picked up everything, but the only one I stuck with for a little while was Spawn. And Todd McFarlane is actually probably the biggest name in comic books right now. And for the last few decades, actually, he's just, because he's expanded so far from comic books. I mean, now he owns a toy line, McFarlane Toys, which is hugely successful. And of course, there's the Spawn movie, though it was pretty bad. The Spawn cartoon on HBO, which was actually pretty good. And I believe that a new Spawn movie is in the works. They're going to reboot it. But anyway, okay, all that is to say that I was very happy to buy this autographed Spawn #1, 9.8, graded 9.8, with the Todd McFarlane autograph.
So what is it worth?
It's hard to say. It depends on, because it used to be in the old days, you go by the Overstreet price guide or you go by the Wizard magazine. But nowadays, since everything's eBay or you go through dealers, it's a very, very subjective. Like, there is no official value anymore. So it's basically whatever people are willing to spend. Like, I could go on eBay if I were to sell this. It's possible that the best I'll get is $500. It's possible the best I'll get is $5,000. It's very subjective, and it's all.
But I would think a professional grader can give you a closer idea than that, from $5,000 to $5,000.
Right.
I mean, The comic book store sold it for $600, or did they sell it for more than that and you got it 25% off?
That's exactly right. The list price was $600, and I got it 25% off of that.
Oh, so you only paid like $450 for it?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would think it's worth at least $600 if the comic.
I agree.
Maybe a little less if they wanted to make money, you know.
Yeah, because the unautographed version of Spawn #1, graded at 9.8, is about $250. So
the autograph is, so it is worth more money with the autograph?
Yeah, I mean, it depends. If it's a comic book creator who isn't well known at all, like if it were me, if I were to independently produce a comic book and then autograph it, chances are my autograph makes it decrease in value. But since this is Todd McFarlane, who is probably the biggest name, maybe Jim Lee is bigger. but Todd McFarlane is one of the really, really big names. He's like Stan Lee is at the level, you know.
So how many #1 Spawns autograph are there in the world? How many do you think?
That's an interesting question. I would say a lot, because the comic book isn't that old, relatively speaking. I mean, it came out in, I believe it was 94, 92, actually. Okay, 1992. So there are probably, and this isn't an exaggeration, millions of Spawn #1s out there. But how many of them are autographed by Todd McFarlane? Probably not that many. And then how many are graded at 9.8? Like the highest you can get is 10, obviously. And 9.8, to have that condition for a comic book that's like more than 30 years old then, you know, because if you were to get this at, let's say, because this is 9.8, let's say this were instead 9.0, the value decreases incredibly. The most valuable obviously would be graded at a 10.
What is the most valuable Spawn #1 autograph that's ever sold?
Oh, that I don't know. I can tell you that Detective Comics number 27, which was the first appearance of Batman, I believe there was a 9.0 that sold for, I think, 5 million, something like that.
Well, it's a different comic. It's a different comic book. I'm just curious, like that specific comic book. I'm sure you can find comparables for, you know, other #1s that have sold. Just so that's how you really see what it's worth. What is it selling for right now on the market? Ones that are graded similar and that are also autographed. That's probably what it's actually worth.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. But what you have to keep in mind, and just like anything else, it's all about supply and demand. Right now, I would say that the demand isn't as high as it would be, let's say, in 1999, you know, which is around the time the movie had been out and the animated series. But when the reboot comes out, I don't know when it's going to come out or even if it's going to come out. I just know that they're working on it, but they haven't been they're not in production yet. But if the movie were to come out and it becomes hugely successful, all of a sudden the demand for what I have there goes up. Just like I have in this, you know, encased in plastic, professionally graded 9.8. I have the Omega Men #3, which is, I believe, is valued at about 300 right now. So I have 9.8, the Omega Men #3, which is the first appearance of Lobo. Lobo's a very popular character. And on top of that, that comic book came out in 1982. So it's like 40 years old, you know? And right now, a lot of people know who Lobo is, but not that many, because he's not as mainstream as, let's say, Batman, Superman. But in the Supergirl movie that's coming out this summer, Lobo is going to be in it, and he's being played by Jason Momoa. So all of a sudden, Lobo is going to be this way more popular, I think. So Omega Men #3, once again, the supply will actually be way lower than Spawn #1, because this is a comic book that came out in 1982, and I have it graded at a 9.8. First appearance of Lobo.
It's very interesting.
Yeah, I really did some verbal diarrhea right there. Sorry.
It's okay. I'm kidding. I'm just messing with you. Last question. Did you know you were going to buy that when you walked in?
No.
Or you just saw it?
Let me tell you, when I went there, the only thing I had in my hands when I walked up to the counter was 100 bags and boards. I was just going to buy comic supplies, 25% off, you know? And then I looked under the glass. You know, they have the little glass displays, what they have there. And some of the stuff, you know, I either already have, like Dark Knight Returns #1, graded at 9.8. And then I saw this Spawn #1, 9.8, autographed by Todd McFarlane. I was like, how much is that? They said $600. And I did some quick math in my head. And I said, okay.
Did you look it up? Did you look it up though? Did you get an idea if it was kind of priced well?
I did. Yeah. And the thing is that like, it's much easier to find the value of something when it's not autographed, because the supply for something that's I'm sorry, the price that people are willing to the price that people are willing to pay for an unautographed comic book is a lot easier to, you know, find out. Whereas with autographs, what people are willing to pay is so variable, especially when it's, you know, a well-known person.
Yeah,
That
well,
it's
some
harder
people don't want ones with autographs. Some do.
Right.
Autographs they're interesting. I
Yeah.
just know with like cards, you know, with like baseball cards or sports cards, I feel like sometimes autographs make it worth less money.
Well, that's because it's so hard to get it authenticated. You know, like with let's say if you were to get a baseball card of, this is ridiculous, but Babe Ruth baseball card autographed by Babe Ruth, that would be extremely valuable, but you would have to have it authenticated. Like there's no way to have it authenticated. Maybe, you know, some places provide a certificate on that.
No, there is. You have to pay for it though, and you got to go to these.
But the cool thing about this from CGC, this where it said, you can barely, maybe you can see it, signed by Todd McFarlane. It says signature series. They automatically authenticate it because CGC with the signature series, someone from this company needs to actually be there to witness Todd McFarlane autographing this comic book. So it's automatically authenticated. So this is absolutely Todd McFarlane's autograph.
It's a cool autograph too.
Yeah, it is. Okay, so I just spent like 15 minutes talking about comic books. So if you would like to talk about your Japan trip, feel free.
Sorry, what else can I tell you about? We saw Mount Fuji in Japan.
Oh, that's so cool. Did you actually go on?
It was amazing. Did we go on to Mount Fuji? No, but we went to we took a train to a, what was it called? It's called a vernacular. Have you heard of a vernacular? Those are
vernacular. Are you sure it's vernacular? Because vernacular has to do with the way people say a word. It's like,
no, maybe it's not vernacular. Yeah,
like it's lingo. Vernacular is lingo.
What is the elevator? It's like an elevator type. Hold on, I'm asking ChatGPT.
The ChatGPT moment, folks. Did you hear the episode I did with my friend AJ, and he kind of mentioned the ChatGPT thing that you have?
No, he actually said it.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't like rip on you or anything. It was just in the conversation. I asked him if he liked our podcast, and he was like, he got very shy. He was like, "Why are you asking me that?" And so then we go, "No, it's cool. I mean, you have your thing. You know, you talk about comic books and movies, and John, you know, he checks everything on ChatGPT. You guys have your thing." I thought it was pretty funny.
Oh, what the hell is it called? It's
definitely not vernacular.
No, but it's close. It's a mode of transportation that's kind of like an elevator.
Excavator?
No.
Escalator?
No.
Is this something that's in this country?
I've taken a few, probably. Vernacular.
What? Vernacular? Is it actually?
It's a funiculator. F-U-N-I-C-U-L-A-R.
Yeah, funicular, but I've never heard of that.
Yeah, it's a rail car pulled up a steep hill or mountain by cable. You've never seen these?
I think I did that in Switzerland.
Probably.
Yeah, I did that in Switzerland. I didn't know it was called that.
I think it's called a vernacular. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking right at it. I think it's pronounced vernacular. So we took a train, this is in Japan, to a vernacular. And then, so that goes up the hill. And then we took man, I'm losing my brain right now. What are the things like on the a gondola. Then we took a gondola to go pretty close to the mountain. And then it was in this area where, kind of a tourist area where it's like the views are just amazing. And then we took like all these great pictures and had coffee and looked at Fuji. It was gorgeous. Oh, and then after that, you take a boat on, it was kind of like on a lake, and you could see it from this boat as well. What's interesting about Mount Fuji is it's only visible 90 days a year on average. And that is because it is just so cloudy around Fuji. So there's no assurances if you go to Japan that you're going to be able to see it. It doesn't matter if you're close or far or whatever, because it's just so cloudy. But we're able to see it very well, like for 3 days. I mean, we saw it from the train one day. And it's gorgeous, and it looks like how it does in the pictures. Like it's all snowy on top, you know, and it's kind of red brownish. It's beautiful, and it's like just perfectly. It's just like one mountain, like shaped like.
Yeah.
You know.
What's that mountain in Seattle or maybe Oregon? Oh man, where it's just like what you're describing. It's like this one single snow-capped mountain.
Is it Mount St. Helens, the one that erupted?
No.
Olympia or Olympic?
No. I mean, if
Mount
I check
Hood? Mount Hood in
yes,
Oregon?
yes, Mount Hood. That's the one. Yeah. Yeah. Snow-capped mountains. I mean, us living in South Florida, we don't really get mountains, but we get the beaches. But if given the choice, I think I'd rather because mountains you can see from a distance and they can be beautiful. The beach you have to go to. And I remember when I lived in Orlando, which, you know, was a short drive to Disney World. I used to go to Disney World like several times a year. But when I lived in Orlando, I only went one time. It's like when you live near something, it loses its appeal. I'm sure there are plenty of people in South Florida who go to the beach, but I go to the beach maybe once every 5 or 10 years. And it's usually the nude beach, believe it or not. I don't know if you want me to get into detail about that, but have you ever gone there to the nude beach with Vanessa?
No. Okay. No.
But I guess in Brazil, a nude beach isn't like anything. Probably like every beach is a nude beach, right?
I don't think so, actually, Joey. Yeah.
I have my ignorant opinions or my ignorant ideas
there might
of what
be
actually
somewhere, but I've never heard of a topless beach or nude beach in Brazil. But no, I've heard your story about the nude beach in Miami before. You told me.
Yeah, it's an experience. It's an experience. I went there with my friend April once, and I probably shouldn't say this, but she managed to take pictures, which is highly illegal there. Like if you take pictures, you get kicked out. But she was able to do it, and she had some pretty memorable photos.
Can you actually get arrested for it?
Yeah, for sure.
Really? For taking pictures? Wow.
Yeah.
Sorry, man.
I mean, I don't think they like arrest you on the spot, but I think there might be more to it. But at the very least, you are immediately kicked out of the beach. But they have a lot of cops there, so I think if they chose to, they could press charges. But I don't know if they always do.
Are the cops naked?
No. The cops are not naked, and not everyone's naked. Because when I went, I didn't get nude. I probably gone about a half dozen times my entire life, and I think I've only been nude once when I went with a girlfriend of mine, like more than 25 years ago.
So, do the cops actually patrol it?
Yeah. They had like it almost looks like sand buggies. What do they call dune buggies? They kind of go up and down in dune buggies, just making sure that everything. I mean, I have to say, like, it's actually a very nice beach. If you go to the clothing optional beach, it's all over beach. It's actually very chill. I mean, I would say I would rather go there than any other beach because everyone's just so well behaved. It isn't a meat market. Like it's almost segregated in a way because they have like the gay section, they have the swinger section. Like there are these little pockets, like little sections of who congregates in each section. And but I mean, it's all very peaceful. No one's trying to be a pickup artist. No one's trying to bother anyone. And it's especially when it's like a lot of people coming to vacation, especially Germans or South Americans. They're there with their kids. It's a very different experience. I mean, I think it's kind of creepy that kids are there because who knows?
Yes, it's very creepy. It is very creepy.
Yeah.
Wait. That doesn't make sense. It's not 18 and over.
No, it's not.
It's a nude beach and kids can go. That
Absolutely,
is so creepy. We just lost like 25% of our listeners.
I don't know what to tell you. Like the best I can say is that it's there are certain cultures where nudity isn't really as isn't it taboo. So I
don't know, but like for like an 8-year-old kid to see a 50-year-old man naked, I
think it's much more concerning for a 50-year-old man to see an 8-year-old kid naked.
Yeah.
But it's a cultural thing. But yeah, I've seen kids there, and where I tend like there's a section of the nude beach where it's like between the gay section and the swinger section, which is, I guess you can say it's more like the neutral section. and there aren't as many families there, but you absolutely do see families there with young kids at the nude beach. It's weird.
What do they do in the swinger section? Are they swinging?
I can just tell you that when I went a few times, they literally had a flag. So I guess that was to let people know, like, this was where the swingers hang out. And it said like miamiswingers.com or some other .com. So it was made very clear. They planted their flag. This is for the swingers, you know? So yeah, but it's not like they were doing anything, shady or anything. They were literally just there hanging out, chilling, talking. It's very cool.
Very cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Vanessa she had a good idea of what episode to take off from.
Yeah. I don't know I think it would be kind of funny to hear her opinion on that. She would be awesome for that. I'm sure that when she listens to this episode, she'll maybe mention her opinion in the following episode that she'll be in.
Yeah.
So what else, man? Talk about Japan.
What else? What else can I tell you? It's some of it is, it's even hard to describe because of all these things, because of the respectfulness, the efficiency, the cleanliness. You start to have like, you just start to feel different. Like after being there for a few days, you just start to feel like it's just a more evolved and better society in every way, shape, or form. Like it's when I first came back here, I'm just like, this place sucks.
Yeah. I mean, based on everything that you've said, well, you and Vanessa have said, I mean, the fact that it's as clean as it is and the people are so respectful as they are, to where they sent you that card with an apology in English. I mean, that's mind blowing. Yeah. Can you tell us a little more about? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I wouldn't say they're negatives, but some of the people look a little sad. I will say.
Really?
So on the trains are insanely packed, right?
Yeah.
But they're all orderly. One thing we didn't tell you too is when you go onto the train, especially in Tokyo, like there's just so many people. There's so many people in the train stations, but everyone has their order. So there's not one line to get in the train. There's like 10 different lines. And the line, it'll say on your ticket that you get. So it'll be like 10 people in line 1, car 1, car 2, car 3, car 4. And no one's ever out of place. Yeah. And everyone's moving so quick from train to train. But no one's ever out of place. No one ever gets in your way.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But the sadness, I don't know. It's like, I feel like their society is because it's so respectful, their individuality is not, it's almost frowned upon. Everyone's there for like a collective, for the collective, right?
Is it a socialist country?
I think it's a democratic country.
Okay.
But people are not very they're not very emotional. A lot of them aren't smiling. They keep their emotions like deep inside. When you're here in the US on the train or on the bus, you see it. Everyone's on their phones. It's even more in Japan. Like people are like glued.
Okay, that's interesting. I had no idea.
I feel this like almost sadness in some of the people, but it's hard to tell because like they're very. I just think their culture is very like emotionless. They have these emotions, but I think they keep them very much inside. They want to portray to the world that they're all okay, that everything's okay.
It's interesting because if you go to a sporting event in the United States, I I mean, I was a season ticket holder for the Miami Heat for 8 years, and it's people are so into it. You know, like remember when Ray Allen hit that shot to send the Miami Heat into overtime against the San Antonio Spurs in Game 6 of the 2012 Finals, or I'm sorry, 2013 NBA Finals. And I just remember how crazy that crowd got. But in Japan, it isn't like that. In Japan,
actually, I went to a baseball game in Japan.
Did you really?
I did.
You went to a sporting event in Japan? That's awesome. What was
I
that
went
like?
to a game in Hiroshima. So the baseball game was a Hiroshima. What the hell were they called? The Hiroshima Carp, like the fish. Yeah,
That's a hell of a name for a team.
Yeah, the Carp. Because
can you imagine? Go Carp, go! Go Carp, go!
I think they were literally saying that. Go Carp, go. So they were
the world according to Carp.
They were playing a team from Tokyo. We were really tired that day, and I really wanted to go to the baseball game, so we took a bullet train, and it was so out of the way. I mean, we had to go 200 miles just to go to this game and come back, later that night. But we went to the game. They're actually very loud at the game. They sing. It's like soccer games. So, but it's still in a very respectful way. You know, it's not. There's never going to be a fight. You know how now everyone's getting into fights at football games.
Yeah, you get drunk and yeah.
Yeah, no one's getting drunk. I mean, they serve beer there, but no one's getting drunk and out of hand.
Right.
Something else in Japan. I saw zero crime. Zero. I saw one crazy person in my 12 days. One. And he might have been the only homeless person I saw too. I don't even know if he was homeless.
Wow.
Right? That doesn't happen. I don't care if you're in Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Chicago, New York, every major city.
Even in the suburbs, you see it here.
Even in the suburbs. Like every time you get off the highway here, people are asking for money. Right? Yeah. It's nowhere in Japan. Zero. It doesn't exist. I don't know if they lock them away and put them in some institution.
That was the New York City strategy when Giuliani was mayor.
Put them underground or something, but it doesn't exist.
So what you're basically saying is what I said about the Japanese people at sporting events. I was wrong.
Kind of, yeah.
Not kind of. I was dead ass wrong. That's fine. That's typical ignorant American coming out. But that's awesome that you got. I'm sorry?
That's the most popular sport, for sure.
Baseball?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'd like to see in Japan? I'd like to see a wrestling event, a pro wrestling event, because apparently they do go crazy for professional wrestling. It's even a thing where people who are real wrestling fans in this country, they pay money to watch Japanese wrestling pay-per-views and all kinds of things, because there's something I personally don't know what it is, but there's something different about Japanese wrestling. I think maybe it's more violent, because my favorite wrestler of all time, Mick Foley, when he talks about when he was wrestling in Japan, he's written a couple of books about it, and I've, of course, read them all. He talks about some really, really violent wrestling matches where they have barbed wire instead of ropes. Wow. They have literally explosions in the ring. Where you try to have your opponent, let's say, body slam them on the explosion, and they literally have an explosion. I mean, not like a grenade type of thing, but a minor explosion, but big enough to where it gets people's attention. And it.
Do they wear masks like the ones in Mexico?
Oh, the Mexican luchadors? No.
Yeah. No.
It's not like that. I mean, sure, they might have a couple of wrestlers who are masks. There was this Japanese wrestler named Jushin Thunder Liger in the 90s, an incredibly acrobatic wrestler. And that's actually another thing. I think the Japanese wrestlers, not to the same extent as the Mexican wrestlers, but they're pretty acrobatic. But I think in Japan, it's more about the violence. They have really intense wrestling matches, a lot of blood. There's a lot of blood.
Fake blood.
Yeah. Fake blood. No, actually, no. What am I saying? Of course. No. Do you know what juicing is?
I've heard of it.
Yeah, well, there's two terms. There's juicing and blading, but it's basically the same thing. In the world of professional wrestling, let's say they take remember when George the Animal Steel would eat the turnbuckle until the turnbuckle comes off, so that it's just that metal, that metal thing. So let's say Hulk Hogan and Hulk Hogan. No, I'm not going to say Hulk Hogan. Let's say Mick Foley and Terry Funk are wrestling. So Terry Funk, let's say, will grab Mick Foley, put his head so it crashes against the steel of the turnbuckle that's been removed. So what Mick Foley might do is he'll go out of the ring. He gets a blade out of his wrist and he blades himself, and then he cuts himself, which is when you cut your forehead and then twist the blade. That's called blading. And then blood is pouring out of your forehead, and that's called juicing. So if you're juicing in professional wrestling, that means you're wearing the crimson mask, as good old Jim Ross would say. So wrestling is fake as far as this very theatrical, but the blood is real. They just have to do things in order to make themselves bleed to the extent that they bleed, and blading is one of the techniques. There's this great documentary called Beyond the Mat. Came out in like 94, 93, 94. Oh no, I'm sorry. It's I think it's 97 it came out. 97, 98. It's a documentary about professional wrestling. That's probably one of the most heartbreaking things I've ever seen. Mick Foley, again, my favorite wrestler, was featured.
I don't even know who this guy is, Mick Foley.
Do you know Mankind?
No.
He was a wrestler named Mankind. No. You've probably seen Mick Foley in the Mankind mask. You just wouldn't know the name, but he went pretty mainstream for a while. He had an incredible match with The Undertaker called Hell in a Cell, which kind of made him. But the thing about Mick Foley that's kind of charming is he has half of his teeth are gone. He's this huge hulking guy who's terrifying looking, but in real life, he's one of the sweetest, kindest people on earth. And he does charity work. Like there's this organization that Terry Amos founded called RAIN, which is the Rape and Incest National Network. And Mick Foley volunteered for them for years, and he was a spokesperson for them. So Mick Foley is this incredibly cool guy. I've met him a couple times, got his autograph a few times, spoken to him. I've been to his one-man show. He's just this really sweet guy, gentle giant.
He's still alive?
Yeah, he's still alive. But when you see him in the wrestling ring, he's just this terrifying monster. But I adore the man. He's just a very, very kind soul, and I like that about him.
Do you think The Wrestler was the best wrestling movie of all time?
Oh, how many wrestling movies are there? I would say
good, though. I thought it was good.
It's a great movie. And it's also, the thing is that the world of professional wrestling is a very sad world, because you get these people who put their bodies through so much shit. And unless you're like a huge celebrity in the world of wrestling, you do it for almost no money. And is a sacrifice really worth it to where you can barely walk when you're 50 years old? Or you have, what is it when you have the head trauma? Is it CPC?
CTE.
Thank you. Yeah. Like, and you know what happened with Chris Benoit, right? Do you know the wrestler Chris Benoit?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he murdered his entire family and then killed himself. CTE is a very real thing, and it's very common in professional wrestling. Mick Foley talks about all the concussions he's had, and they're in the documentary that I mentioned, Beyond the Mat. They take you behind the scenes for his I Quit match against The Rock, and it's a horrific thing, because Mick Foley's wife and kids, and his kids they were very young. I think they were like 6 and 8 years old. They were really, really young, and they're watching The Rock hit Mick Foley with a chair over and over in the head. And Mick Foley, he has handcuffs. He's handcuffed and is behind him. So The Rock is hitting Mick Foley with a chair, and Mick Foley can't protect himself. These are like shots straight to the head, unprotected. It's got to be at least a dozen times. Mick Foley's gushing blood, and his wife and kids are in the audience. They're not acting. They're going hysterical, crying, especially the kids, because the kids don't understand that it's fake, even though,
right.
I mean, it's not fake because The Rock is actually hitting him, but they don't understand that it's all rehearsed and they have, it's predetermined and all that. They even show the kids meeting The Rock before the match, and The Rock is being very nice to them, but still it's very confusing for them. But yeah, I highly recommend to all of you listening, watch the documentary Beyond the Mat. You get to see The Rock before he became the huge Dwayne Johnson celebrity we know today. It's a sad documentary because you see what these people put themselves through, and usually for very little money. I mean, you don't get Mick Foley's one of the few who ended up becoming hugely successful, but it's not common for that to be the case. God, I'm talking about everything but your Japan trip. I'm sorry.
That's all right. What else can I say about Japan? Well, on the way to Japan, we took Singapore Airlines, which obviously is an airline from Singapore.
Yeah.
Wonderful airline. We just had basic coach seats, but just the level of services was just top notch.
Well, so when you travel on coach with an airline like that, it's still pretty damn good, right? Like seats are
well, that's
comfortable.
what I'm saying. Like it was the best coach experience internationally I've ever had. Like the seats were very good. The plane was just very, very clean. The service was top notch. The opposite of Spirit or Frontier or I think a lot of US airlines don't have the best service.
Actually, speaking of that, I know that you and Vanessa travel through Spirit Airlines. Oh, wait. Oh my God.
What was that?
I have a package. This is funny because in my episode with my friend AJ, the exact same thing happened. The dog started barking because I had a package.
Did someone
I never cut that. Yeah. And I never cut it out. I think it's kind of cool to keep it in. But anyway, what was I going to say? Oh yeah. You and Vanessa fly Spirit Airlines every now and then, but I don't know if you know this, Spirit Airlines went out of business.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I think it was inevitable, right? There's been bad news on them for years.
Well, I mean, I don't know if neither of us are very big on social media, but it's common for there to be videos on TikTok, Instagram, whatever, of fights breaking out in Spirit Airlines terminals, and it's is it terminals, gates? I don't know the terminology, but anyway, yeah, it's like commonplace. Like Spirit Air is like the Walmart of the airline industry. But it seemed like it was inevitable because there are other discounted airlines that don't seem to have the stigma that Spirit Airlines had.
But there was nothing, you got like Frontier, even JetBlue, maybe Southwest is maybe considered discount-ish. But then Spirit is a whole nother level of discount where it's like you're almost flying for free in some cases. Like, especially if you buy the ticket like a month before or something, like it's dirt cheap. And it was hard. I bought Spirit so many times because it's just really difficult not to when you're paying, so I flew from Japan back to Chicago. And then we spent 5 or 6 days in Chicago, and then I flew to Florida. On the way back from Chicago, one way to Fort Lauderdale was like $25. I actually flew Spirit 3 days before they went bankrupt.
Oh, wow.
And closed. Yeah. But it was like $25. And it's not like the next flight closest is like 50 or 75, right? If there's an American flight or United flight or Delta for $75, I'd probably do it, right? Even like 80 or 90. But the next flight up is like 150, right? And that's why Spirit always won with me and Vanessa, because it was like, yeah, it's not that it's like $50 cheaper. A lot of cases to be $200 cheaper. $400 cheaper. It's like, whatever, we're flying for 3 hours. So I don't know. It is what it is, whatever. I didn't really lose sleep over it. Right. I don't have any family members or friends that work for Spirit, and I think it was inevitable. I will say though, what was weird is in the last couple of years, I don't know if you noticed this, but they built that whole Spirit facility up near kind of by Hollandale Beach.
Okay.
Like an insane bit, like their whole corporate center they just built there.
Okay.
Like massive amounts of square footage.
So I guess that building is just going to be sold?
I have no idea. It's strange. It's where that mall is when you're driving down 95, and the big mall with the theater right off the highway. Is that Hollandale Beach?
Are you talking about the Oakwood? Is it Oakwood?
Right when you pass the airport and you're going towards Miami, like a little past the airport on the left side, there's a big theater. Like you always see the big theater, and then there's that mall there. It's like a big walk. It's an outdoor mall where you like walk. It's a big.
I'm sure I've seen it, but it's not. I'm not really picturing it in my head. Yeah. Anyway, I want to go check my door.
Go see your package.
No, I think we should just end it here.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll just end it here because you had a whole lot to say about Japan, clearly. But that's fine. This is just what we do. Especially without Vanessa here, clearly this was going to happen.
Yes.
All right. So, I'm going to do it this time because I actually remembered. Follow us on social media, people. Search Vegans Talking Shit. In most cases, it's at Vegans Talking Shit, but just search Vegans Talking Shit. Click like, subscribe, the alarm bell. Follow us on social media. Follow us on Apple Podcasts. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts, iHeart, Amazon, Spotify, and YouTube. And drop us a line. Drop us a line at Can we do one more episode after this? Because I just thought of something.
Sure.
Okay, we'll do one more episode after this. But that'll be it because I don't want to do too many without Vanessa. But anyway, for Vegans Talking Shit, I'm Joey.
I'm Jon.
And we are out of here. Bye, everyone.
Bye.